Hi, I'm Liz, and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch for Flosstube episode 25.
It's a family affair.
Hi friends, welcome back. Happy New Year. I hope 2021 is better than 2020. So far it's the same. Haven't left my house. Pajama Liz, the sequel, happening still because I don't go back to work till Tuesday. Yeah, did you like my sisters and my mom introing me to this video? I thought that was so fun. They were all over here yesterday just for, you know, family craft day. My mom wanted me to walk her through making a project bag, and my sister Lynn has already finished stitching two of the ornaments that I gave her, like the pattern and floss I gave her for Christmas. So she's already finished stitching two of her ornaments. So she wanted me to show her how I finished them into ornaments. So we did that. And then Allison, my youngest sister, who lives a couple doors down, she had left a comment on my previous video that I pinned, so you may have seen it, where she said she wanted a cross stitch project, and she called it cross stitch for tweens, because not like a kid's one, but not an adult one. She wanted a super easy cross stitch project. So I got her started with something, and I'll show you her progress later on in the video. So yeah, and then Sarah, my other sister, because we were all here, Sarah was out shopping and actually found me, I'll just show it to you because it's right here. She found this little round box covered, it looks like a needlepoint stitch, a needlepoint at Savers, the thrift store, for $1.99. And I was like, yes, I want it. And so she brought it over here and we were all here and I was like, let's film a video, guys. Isn't this pretty? I don't know for sure if it's handmade. It looks like it could be, but the box itself looks like machine finished. Like it doesn't look, it's a little dirty inside, but it doesn't look handmade like the box, but I'm not really sure. But I just thought it was really pretty, and for $1.99 I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take a little needlepoint box to put up somewhere in my house as a little decoration. Before I get into what I've been up to this week, I thought I would share with you some clips from yesterday with all my mom and sisters over crafting, and then I will show you the finished results of, or the in progress results of their projects that we were working on. So enjoy.
And then Dad jumped in.
Yeah, and then Dad got real into it.
You can see which side of you
in the kitchen
is on.
Dad got into it and started saying, yeah, that one right
What?
there.
If Mom scoots back, we can see Isla.
Okay.
Isla!
Baby Isla! Baby Isla! She's talking to us. Alright, what did I do last time?
She's like, actually, I prefer Ada fabric, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hi guys. Allison's cross-stitching. Lynn's cross-stitching. And Mom's making a project bag. Hello.
You are doing
Again,
great.
crawl before you ball. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Thank you.
So then I would start doing a snowflake, unless you just want to start going
Well,
down.
I'm not technically in the corner. I'm like one off from the
Yeah, I
corner.
know. But so like from here you could do your snowflake, or if you wanted you could just keep going down.
I think I'm going to go down just because getting in the mix here seems complicated and I like going in a linear way.
Okay. Well, you will have to do this eventually.
I know, but I think just strips or like lines I think is just easier for me.
Yeah, we'll do that. Then yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Bless you. Andy yesterday was blessing himself. He would just go, "Achoo, bless me, achoo, bless me."
He said, bless me?
I was like, buddy, you don't have to bless yourself. That's my job.
crazy.
Seam ripping almost ruined my life, so.
Yeah. Alright.
Liz, do you want to show everybody what pattern you got me?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Allison asked for a cross stitch project for tweens.
I did.
So,
Expertise level.
what I picked out for her is from the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament Magazine from 2001 that was gifted to me. And let's see. She is doing Joyous Noel from Birds of a Feather from 2001. So take your needle out. You'll re-thread your needle.
That's what I've been
Okay,
doing.
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to try and figure out how to pull that one through.
I don't know.
Very carefully.
Hold my beer and watch this.
It's funny, huh?
Oh, she's right. I'm so funny.
There's your laugh.
Thank you. My pity laughs are I
Do you
really
want, Mom, do you
appreciate
want a
it.
square?
I need a tissue.
Oh, Mom.
Oh no.
I
Or
remember,
hers.
I remember Mom once telling me she had 4 children, and I was like, 4? She's like, after 4 children, you learn these things. I was like, don't you have 5? She's like,
I learned it before him.
There you go.
the lesson was how not to get barfed on, so.
So I'm walking my mom through making one of the project bags I like to make. This is not a tutorial, but here is what we're doing, which is the top front, bottom front, back, and lining times 2.
Basically a small craft store in here, so Liz has plenty of everything.
I'd say
Okay.
a medium-sized craft store then.
Yeah, honestly. And
Allison, there's
it's
the
not
bag.
even that small.
So that's the thing about having like moms in a room is there's always snacks.
Oh, yeah. You can
Oh, yeah.
find something fruity in my purse at all times. Like, we will never go hungry.
Well, you are old enough, but
Not for
I
that.
just eyeball it. Did I be perfect?
Way too
Going on the
chewy.
back? Okay.
You ain't even got no teeth.
Said I can gum those. Oh, I love.
I know. Okay, I'll feed you.
Okay, we'll pause.
okay, so that was the silliness of me and my mom and my sisters all getting together on a Saturday afternoon. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me share with you their projects. So my sister Lynn finished her first ornament from the Heart and Hand Square Dance. This is the number 4 one. And she did the little reindeer for her daughter Sophia, and she recharted the letter. She didn't even need my help, guys. She's a star. She did this on 32 count vintage country mocha with the called for fancy floss or DMC. We had both in the mix. And then I showed her how to finish it. She wanted to do a mounted finish where the fabric is kind of acting as the trim. So we did that, and we made a tiny little bow. And then the back is just felt, which I've had some questions about how I get the felt to lay so smooth. I don't really know that I have a trick to it. I just use the thicker wool felt that you can buy on Etsy or at craft shops. And I just spread the glue pretty thin and evenly and then just lay it down and let it dry flat. And I don't know. So that is her little ornament for Sophia. And she finished stitching eyelets, and I gave her some of the fabric and ribbon that we used for this so that when she gets home, she can make eyelets match Sophia's. So it turned out so cute. And so my mom was working on making a project bag. And so here's the project bag she made. Isn't that cute? This was a fabric that had been in my stash for so long. I got it when I was on a business trip at just a quilt store that was near my hotel. Because if you're on a business trip and there's a quilt store nearby, you go to it, or cross stitch, or for that matter. And so this is just like the other ones I made, where it's just lined with a zipper across the front, and so cute. So that's my mom's project bag, and then we just tucked a little piece of extra fabric onto the zipper as like a little zipper pull. And then Allison, who asked for a cross stitch project for tweens, I had a copy of the 2001 Just Cross Stitch Ornament Edition that I got sent to me as part of kind of a de-stash. A woman was getting rid of a lot of magazines and cross stitch things, and so I flipped through that, and there was a Birds of a Feather Joyous Noel chart, and it's just 3 colors, and it's I think 50 by 50-ish stitches, and it is full coverage, but I thought that'd be really good for her to get used to counting and lining things up, and just 3 colors, really simple, just words. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you can see what it looks like, and I'll insert a picture of her progress. So yeah, she's doing great. She's already frustrated by how long cross stitching takes and that it's not already done. Hang in there, Allison. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to get into was frequently asked questions. Over the past 2 videos, I've gained something like 400 new subscribers, and I'm getting like double the views that I normally do. I don't know what's happened, but hi, hello, welcome to all the new ones. And so I have a lot of questions that have been coming up, and I do try to answer all of those in the comments. If you ask me a question, I try to go in there and answer it. So that's good for the person who asked the question, but if you don't go read the comments, you wouldn't see the answer. So I thought I would just do a couple of FAQs for everyone. So that way, hopefully if you've wondered the same thing, here's your answer. So I've gotten questions about my quilt tags. I probably should have grabbed them. Hold on. Okay. So my quilt tags. This is what it looks like. It's a roll of twill tape that has handmade by my name printed on it. And I sew these into the backs of quilts and onto my project bags. I think that's where everybody was seeing it recently and was asking questions. And I've gotten a lot of, oh, where did you get that? I want to go buy some of those tags. So I will link the shop where I purchased these on Etsy directly below, but I wanted to explain a couple of things. So the company on Etsy that I bought them from, they do custom printed labels. So there's not, to my knowledge, maybe they have some standard templates, but you design what you want it to look like and send them a file, and then they print it for you. So this wasn't like me plugging in my name and they printed it for me. I used to run an Etsy shop, which I talked about in my live, so you've probably heard that. So I used to run an Etsy shop, and I used to design lots of little stickers and pins and things. And so I had a graphic design program that I used and I was comfortable with, so I created the little file of Handmade by Elizabeth, in the rainbow letters and the font and stuff that I wanted, and the length I want, just the whole thing, and sent them the file, bought the listing, and then they created a roll of twill tape, which I'm almost out of. Look how little it is. I need to reorder. So if you're looking for something where you can create your own, logo or graphic design, this is probably the right shop for you. But if you want to just give them your name and have it made, I don't know, I'm saying they don't do that, but they might. But just search on Etsy, twill tape labels or something like that, and see if people have like kind of plug and play options. But these I did design these myself. So the Etsy shop I'm linking to did print them for me, but I'm not sure if they have like kind of plug-in options. So those are my quilt labels, and I love them. And I just, it's twill tape that doesn't ravel, so I cut it and then I just top stitch it down. Or sometimes I lay it like diagonally across binding and sew it in 2 places, if that makes sense. So yeah, I love these. They're really fun. Okay, so another frequently asked question / request is for a fabric dyeing tutorial. So I've mentioned a lot about dyeing my own fabric. In my whip parade, I probably mentioned it a few times because I had a few projects where I had dyed my fabric for that project. And so I've had a lot of requests to do a tutorial, and I've thought about it. And the reason I haven't done it, and I don't know if I will anytime soon, is because I don't feel very good at it. I have gotten some good results and I've used those fabrics, but I've also gotten some bad results, and I've even gotten mediocre results where half the fabric is okay, but the other half I'm like, oh, it's too mottled or too crunchy or too, like, there's dye spots and things. So like, I don't really want to show you what I do because I don't know that you're going to get great results. All I do, like, I'll tell you about my process, and I've watched some other videos on YouTube about dyeing, and that's how I kind of learned what I was kind of doing. But all I do is like use a dishwashing tub, like one of those plastic Rubbermaid dishwashing tubs, and I fill it up with warm water, well, you know, like a couple inches deep, and lay my fabric in there to get wet, soak, and then in like a solo cup, I mix super hot water with a couple capfuls of RIT dye, and I combine colors to get the color I want, and then I use a white paper plate and I spoon my dye onto the white paper plate to see what the color's looking like, and if I'm happy with the tone or if I need to add brown, or, you know, just like, I kind of test my color on a white paper plate to make sure it's turning out the color I want before I dump it on the fabric. Once I'm happy with the color, I dump it all over the fabric and swish the fabric around in the tub, and then I let it soak, usually not that long. Longer if I'm trying to go really dark, but I'm usually not trying to go super dark. I'm just trying to give it like a wash of color. And then once it's done, I do bake it in the oven to speed dry it and kind of encourage the modeling, although I'm not always happy with that. So I've let some, excuse me, I've let some air dry and stuff like that, but that's kind of my general process. But I don't really want to film a tutorial because I don't feel like that's, you know, like one of my skills necessarily. And I don't want to, you know, show you all how to do it and then you're at home doing it and you're like, this isn't that great. Because sometimes it's not. Dyeing is probably really like art and science, and I don't know the science of it at all. I just kind of, I'm like, bloop, bloop. Okay, that looks okay. Or that's I don't know. So anyways, that's how I dye fabric. Okay, so the last question that I get all the time, especially since I've started showing these bags, is a project bag tutorial, and will I do one? And I haven't yet, mostly because there are plenty of project bag tutorials out there, and I'll link you to the Craftsy tutorial that I use. And so I don't know if it's really necessary coming from me. I may do one eventually. The only problem I have right now is I don't have like a great setup for filming kind of overhead and keeping the camera stable. I have done it in the past with those finishing videos and stuff I've done, but the little like swing arm thing I use to hold my phone up broke. And so I need to look into like a better setup so I can film top down more easily, because I'd love to do more little finish with me stuff and framing and, you know, different things like that. But that's kind of holding me back. And there's also tons of tutorials out there for project bags, including, I think, is it Log Cabin Stitcher? I'll link, is it her? I'll have to look it up, but I'm almost positive her tutorial is very similar to this. Oh, and also, this is going to get into what I worked on this week, but let me show you one other thing having to do with project bags. Okay, so you may remember a few weeks ago, I got in the mail a couple of Brenda Gervais project bag panels. And so I actually sat down this week and made those into project bags. And so here is the first one. I think this is Stitcher's Wordplay. And so the panel comes with all of the outside fabric for your bag. And so you provide a lining and rickrack if you need it. It even comes with fabric to make the world's tiniest little strawberry. It's way too cute. It was so fiddly, but it was so cute. So I made a tiny little strawberry to hang off my bag. But what I wanted to say about this is, you may say, oh, look, that looks like one of the project bags you make. It is. So I bought the project panel and the instructions just to see how, you know, she puts hers together. And if you have one of these panels and have these instructions, or if you buy one, this is how I put my bags together. So Brenda Gervais and I do it the same way. So yeah, so she has really great photos and full, I mean, this is, you know, like 12 pages long. So she has great instructions in here. So if you have this, this is how I put my bags together. So yeah. So anyways, let me show you what I made this week. Isn't that cute? I love this bag. And then I just tucked, what project did I put in here? Oh, I put Ann Topley in here. I haven't worked on Ann Topley this week, but she was just in a Ziploc bag. So Ann Topley got upgraded. And then I made the Queen of the Needle bag with another tiny little strawberry. Added some little ivory rickrack. Let's see, what's in this one? Oh, my little Mr. Andrew Prairie Schooler animal chart. So this I need to work on this week. So I have this in a nice new bag. So yeah, those are the two Brenda Gervais bags I made. They were, you know, super easy to make. I would say the size is a little bit on the small size. You can fit, like, say, this will technically fit in the bag. It's just, you know, you got to pull the top up over it. It doesn't slip in super easy. Like, I prefer my bags, like when I make them, they're about an inch wider and an inch taller, which I think makes the full size charts slip in and out a little bit easier. But I have tons of smaller charts, including most of Brenda Gervais are the like half size charts anyways, I feel like, except for Winter Rose Manor. So I still think these bags are super useful and great, but I just, a heads up, they are, I think, a little bit on the small side. They definitely won't fit a Q-snap. Okay, so that was two of the things I worked on this week. Let me show you my cross stitch whips. I had my New Year, New Start last Sunday on December 27th. I couldn't resist any longer. And it was Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. And I worked on this all week long, like till Friday. I could not put it down. Let me show you what it's looking like. Oh, it's so pretty. I've been loving stitching on this. I haven't wanted to put it down. I completed that top little basket. Well, I have to fill in the center of the flowers, but finished the basket itself, and I've just been working on bringing the roof across, and then I'll start moving down on that house. I also put in one of the little border flowers because I just wanted to see what it looked like. This is just lovely. So I'm stitching this on 40 count Brenda's Brew by R&R, and it's just a little bit darker than like Winter's Brew or Beach Brew. I can't remember which one it's closer to now, but it's a really, really lovely color. And I'm using all of the called for flosses except my white. I didn't have roasted marshmallow, but I had toasted marshmallow by Classic Colorworks. So that's what I'm using, and I'm really pleased with how it pops off the fabric. I am using conch on my house. The jury's still out. I think it's going to be nice. I don't think it's going to look particularly pink, but we will see. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to use it because that's what I have, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if my house is very pink or not at the end. Yeah, so that's Winter Rose Manor, and I have had so much fun stitching on this week. So much so that I almost didn't work on anything else, but I did. I pulled one more thing out. So I only have 2 whips this week. Isn't that crazy? That hasn't happened in a long time. Okay, so the next whip I pulled out yesterday was Plum Street Sampler's Blackberry House. Just love it. And I'm getting so close yet so far from a finish. So I decided it's January 2nd. That was yesterday. It was January 2nd. It's Samplerary. Let's go. And so I pulled this one out and started working. I love it. I shared a photo yesterday and the overwhelming comment was those colors. And I'm like, yeah, these colors, they're so pretty. It's so springy and fun. I just love it. So I am continuing to fill in the giant urn in the center and added some little berries to the side of the bowl and added a few more letters into the bottom box. And yeah, so I'm just continuing to chug away on this one. This is kind of my first Samplerary, hashtag Samplerary goal. And that is to get this one done. If I only work on this next week, or maybe, I don't know. I'm hoping I could finish this one in the next like 4 days-ish, 3 or 4 days. Yeah, I think I could. I'm gonna work on it all day today and see how far I get and assess kind of how long I think it'll take me. But so I also had a couple questions in the comments about what is Samplerary. And so I think I explained it a couple of videos ago, the one that talks about like 2021 plans. And it came about out of a discussion with Becca from Sambry Stitches in her interview. We did an interview together a little while back. I think we actually filmed it at the start of December, but it came out a couple of weeks ago. And we were both talking about how much we wanted to get back to our samplers after all of our Christmas stitching, because we were so enjoying our Christmas stitching, but it was like we had both had all these sampler whips and just wanted to get back to them. And I was like, I'm going to do Samplerary where all I stitch is my samplers in January and February. So that's what Samplerary is to me, is coming back to all of my sampler, well, I'm not going to say all because I have a lot of sampler whips, but just basically stitching on my sampler whips for January and February, focusing on getting maybe 1 or 2 of them done, like this one. And I think I had identified my Tiny Treetops by Blackbird Designs as another one I could probably finish. And then just making progress on some of the others that I haven't worked on in a few months, like my Consider the Lilies and Land That I Love. Joyous Day I really want to work on. So that's kind of my plan. I'm not going to like pull one out and stitch it till it's finished, except maybe in the case of this one and Tiny Treetops, but I'll probably just rotate through my samplers over the next couple of months. And I'm hoping that'll keep me busy and entertained enough to not need new starts. I'm not making it a rule that I'm not allowed to start new starts. If you notice back here, I still have December up because I never started January. So I think at some point this month I will start February, so I can switch that out maybe for February. And I also have an ornament for my niece Sophia that I want to start. So, you know, there might be a couple little small starts, but I'm hoping that my samplers keep me busy and I don't have the desire to start new things. Or I might have the desire, but I can, you know, tamp it down and be like, no, look at all your pretty samplers, go stitch them. So anyways, that's Blackberry House, and this is first on my to-do list for Samplerary. Okay, so that's what I stitched on this week. Just a couple of things, but I made a lot of progress on both, so I'm happy. I'm gonna get into some happy mail. I don't have any haul, but I did receive two cards in the mail with some goodies, and let me show you real quick because they're so cute. So the first one I got is this little Happy Holidays Penguins card. So cute. And this is from Julia, and she is Stitcher Girl CA on Instagram. And she sent me this lovely card, and she sent me these super cute little, oh, they're hard to see in here, but they're little like Christmas tree mitten snowflake charms. And I could totally use those on zipper pulls of my Christmas project bags. That's so cute. Thank you, Julia. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. So that was the first card I got in the mail. And then the next one was from my good friend Kathleen at Stitchuation Normal. And oh my gosh, she sent me a little bag full of goodies. So the first thing was her adorable Christmas card. I'll hold it back here because I don't know if she wants her kids all over YouTube, but super cute. So much togetherness. I love the mask photo, Kathleen. And the kitty cat. So she sent me that, and then she sent me some goodies. The first one was this little reindeer Reese's Pieces bag, which first I was like, oh my gosh, did I ever tell her I liked Reese's Pieces? And I was like, oh yeah, I did, because do y'all remember in one of her, I don't think it was one of her first videos, but maybe like early on, she told this really hilarious story about a neighbor who was always bringing her family Reese's Pieces. And then she realized, like, then he finally, like, he was bringing them in Ziploc bags, And then he finally brought like a whole container over, but it was like a dog bone container that was then filled with Reese's Pieces. And then she was like, oh, I can't eat these. They're in a dog bone container. So Kathleen, were these ever in a dog bone container, or am I cool to eat these? I assume they're good. Anyways, then she also tucked some really cute goodies in. So from, I guess she got these at Bella Love Designs. And this is a little wooden needle case, which is so cool. It's just like a little case to store all your needles in. I love it. I'm definitely going to put some extras in here when I find them laying around the house or stuck to my leg. That happened yesterday. I found a needle stuck to the inside of my thigh. That's cool. And then she also, from Bella Love, sent a little scissor sheath, which is great because I use scissors like these and I just like drop them in my project bag. So I should probably be safe and put a little cover on them so I don't just gouge something in my bag. And then, oh, also super cute velvet scrunchies, which I use one of these every night to do this, you know, to my hair. Pajama Liz. So thank you for the scrunchies. Love them and I will use them. And then she didn't write it in the card, but I am like 100% sure that her husband made these because I know she's talked about him having like a wood engraver, burner. I don't know what it is. Kathleen, you'll have to tell me. But look how cute this is. It says Elizabeth Ann can stitch. Oh my gosh. And it's a little thread holder and I cannot wait to use this. I am totally going to use this on like a smaller project that has a few colors that I can tuck and like just wrap them up and tuck them in the bag like this. Oh my God, that is so stinking cute. And I love the font and just, it looks perfect. Kathleen, thank you. Thank you, thank you. That's so cute. I so appreciate it. Okay, so that is all the stitchy stuff I have to share with you this week, but I do have one more thing I want to share. I hit 5,000 subscribers last week, which is totally bonkers and amazing, and I want to do a giveaway. So the mail being as it is, I was like, I don't really want to mail anything, so let me think about how I'm going to do this giveaway. So what I'm going to do is revisit a giveaway I did last month, which is Etsy gift cards. I'm going to do 5 $25 Etsy gift cards to you guys because thank you for watching and supporting and caring what I stitch and wanting to come, you know, talk to me and listen to me talk about my stitching, and just thank you. So again, this one is going to be super easy. You just need to be a subscriber. You need to like the video and leave a comment, and in your comment just say the word Etsy somewhere. ETSY, Etsy, that's the word I'll use to search on the random comment picker. And there's going to be 5 opportunities to win a $25 Etsy gift card. So yeah, that way I can just email it to you. And I know Etsy is all over the world, and so this is open internationally, wherever you are. As long as Etsy will send you a gift card, I'll send you a gift card. So yeah, so thank you so much for being a part of my 5,000 subscribers, and for watching and enjoying my videos, and yay. Okay, thank you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.